They say painters don't know what they're covering. Just roll the coat, spray the seal, move on. But I've spent 46 years painting planes. And after the first 20, you stop painting metal. You start painting memory. I'm 70 now, still on the night shift, still wearing the same scuffed boots I wore in '88, still alone in Hangar 9. No crew, no questions, just instructions. Every aircraft I touch is part of something I'm not supposed to understand. No serial numbers, no insignias, no color names, just shades of silence. And when the order says black, it's not the kind of black you've seen before. It's the kind that doesn't reflect, that soaks in light and holds it. Some nights when I turn off the overhead lamps, I can't see the plane at all. It's like the shape never existed. That's when I know the job's real. I've painted fighters that don't show up on radar, recon drones the size of school buses, craft with no cockpit, but something that still breathes inside. No blueprints, no questions, you spray what they give you. And if it runs, you leave before it takes off. Because no one's allowed to see them move. The first thing you learn is smell matters. Most industrial paints stink. Acetone, epoxy, metal bite. But some carry something deeper, like static or ash. Once I opened a drum labeled only grade 6, the second I cracked it, the smell hit me, like burnt hair and old panic. I swear the air around it felt charged, like it had memory, like the paint knew where it had already been. I sprayed it on a returning aircraft, not outbound, returning. That was rare. Most of the time I'm painting before a mission, not after. But that jet, matte black, fractured tail, no canopy, it came back, which meant it wasn't supposed to, which meant something went wrong. I remember the first time a plane came back with marks, not scratches, not bullet holes, fingerprints, long, oily smears along the underside. No way a human could have reached them, unless they were clinging to the belly at 60,000 feet. I asked my handler, a man who speaks like paper cuts, what it was. He said, clean it, paint it, forget it. So I did, but the stain wouldn't hold paint. Every time I passed the spray over it, the color ran, like the metal was rejecting the coat, or like something beneath it was still breathing. Some nights the planes hum, after hours, no power, just a low resonance, like they're remembering something they shouldn't. One time the hangar lights flickered and the shadow of the jet didn't match its shape. I kept painting, 'cause that's the job. You don't flinch, you don't stare, you coat and cover, even when what you're covering isn't aluminum anymore. 2 years ago I got a new assignment, not military, not marked. The plane had no clear model, angular, too small for cargo, too wide for speed. The cabin was sealed, welded shut. It had burn marks on the inside of the cockpit glass, like someone tried to claw their way out. I was told only exterior paint, do not touch the interior seals. I asked, is there something inside? The man just smiled and said, there was. That night, as I sprayed the first coat, my respirator filter clogged instantly. Not from paint, from dust. Fine, ashy, but when I wiped it from my visor, it clung to my gloves like grease. I checked the ventilation, nothing. But the smell? It was like hospitals, like fire, like fear. And I realized it wasn't dust. It was what was left of the thing inside. Last week, everything changed. Plane comes in, no markings, same shade of gray I've painted 1,000 times. But when I check the manifest, there's a note at the bottom. Final job, apply coat personally, no replacements. It was signed by me, but I didn't write it. Didn't sign it, didn't even recognize the pen stroke, but the handwriting was mine. I checked the log, entry submitted 3 days earlier from my employee ID. Only I wasn't on shift that night, wasn't even in the building. I walked out of the hangar, called my supervisor. Line was dead. I looked back at the plane, and for the first time in 46 years, it looked back. Not literally, not with eyes, but with recognition. Like it knew me, like it remembered the hands that painted it. Before, I did the job, sprayed it slow, clean, even. And the paint flowed different. It didn't coat, it sank. Like the metal wasn't metal anymore, like it was skin, taking in the color like it had missed it. When I finished, the whole hangar went dark for 5 seconds, long enough for me to hear something move inside the plane, and then silence. I haven't had another assignment since. No calls, no trucks, nothing. But the other night, I found something in my locker. An old spray gun, retired years ago. And etched into the side, not scratched but burned in, was a single line. You were never just painting. I don't know what it means, but I dream now of shapes in the sky that cast no shadow, of aircraft I painted decades ago. Landing back on the runway, doors still sealed, but with footprints on the windshield. If you've made it this far, thank you. I hope your nights stay quiet and your tools only do what you tell them. But if you ever smell fear in fresh paint, stop painting. It means the thing beneath it is remembering. If this story settled into you, subscribe. Leave it in the comments so I know you're part of the Hangar Crew now. Tomorrow, I'll tell you about the elderly technician tasked with maintaining black boxes from planes that never officially took off, but still record hours of in-flight audio. Until then, mask up, spray clean, and never paint over something that resists, because some surfaces want to be seen.